Hi, Shelley. It's been far too long. Have you been doing all right for yourself?
Huh? I'm sorry, but who am I speaking to right now? It appears that I never saved your phone number if I do happen to know you, so I apologize. Are you someone that I'm related to through work?
Not at all. It's me. It's your mom.
What? Mom, did you end up changing your number?
What are you talking about, Shelley? I don't think I even had a phone back in the day, so I never even had a phone number. It really has been a long time since the last time we saw one another, right? 20 years ago or something close to that.
Huh?
By this point, you should be turning 30 here soon, or are already 30, right?
No, actually, I'm only 25 years old. Wait, are you the one from over 20 years ago that left me and Dad?
Left you? That's not something you should be saying about someone doing to anyone, okay? I never meant to leave you guys back then anyway. I had a lot of problems causing me trouble back in those days, and that's why I had to leave the house for a while.
Are you sure? Are you really Brenda?
What is up with you, Shelley? Why would you call your own mother by her first name like that? You can call me Mom, just like you called me all those years ago.
No, wait a second. What? Why would I ever call you my mom now? From what I remember and from what I've been told, you left Dad and I 20 years ago because you had a massive amount of debt, and you left Dad with it all to pay it off. You think I'd call someone that did that to my dad Mom? Why the heck are you even talking to me now anyway? You haven't even contacted me whatsoever for the past 2 decades, so why now of all times have you decided to come out of hiding? And before you answer that, tell me how the heck you even found my phone number in the first place?
Well, I came back to town and asked one of your old-time friends about you and how to contact you. And they even told me that you're married right now as well. Oh, congratulations! I'm so proud of you, Shelley. And I feel so proud to have a daughter like you.
Ah, so that's what this is all about then. So that's the reason why after 20-odd years you're coming back out and trying to get in touch with me again. I'm sure you heard all about the man I married, right?
Well, to be honest, anyone would want to get back in touch with their daughter, having heard that she got married to a CEO. Really, I need to make sure that I hold on to you more closely now. Thank God I have someone like you around for me still.
Why are you acting like I'd even want anything to do with you now? How does me getting married to my husband have anything to do with you coming back to me? I'm so thrilled to see that you're happy to be in touch with me, but that feeling is not mutual. So please leave me alone forever now.
What are you talking about, Shelley? How's about you and I start living together?
Excuse me?
I'm sure you really are thrilled to finally be hearing from your mom after 20 years, right? And for the past 20 years, I've really been begging to see you again. But I never had the chance to go out and see what kind of beautiful woman you were turning into until recently. I'm sure the reason you landed a successful man like that is because you were raised by a hottie like me and have turned out as my twin. I'm sure if you looked like your dad, you'd be a total train wreck right about now.
Stop that! Don't you dare say anything more about my dad in that way. It's because of you and your selfish behavior that Dad was forced to have to pay off so much of your debt. And I'm sure you never even thought about that back then.
And let me tell you this, Shelley. He wasn't the only one that had to go through a lot of hardships like that. I myself had a lot of problems that caused me all sorts of headaches, so stop acting like he was the only one. But listen, back then I was young and I had no other choice than to leave the house for a while. And now that I'm getting close to being in my 50s, it's time for me to settle back down and be with my family again. And that's why you should be fine with me coming to live with you, right?
No freaking thank you.
Why not? I'm asking you in the most politest way I know how.
This isn't about the way you're asking me or anything like that. I just don't want you back in my life. I don't even think of you as my family. So there's no way you're coming to live in my house. And if you continue to beg me to let you come, saying that you want to see me so badly, I'm going to block you.
Is it really necessary for you to be so cold to your own mother? And what is this about you not thinking of me as your mother anymore?
That means that you're not my mom. And you never ever will be. I'm not even sure why you decided it was a good idea to contact me like this without at least thinking about how I'd respond to you first. But you're seriously getting on my nerves.
Are you kidding me, Shelley? I finally came around to gathering the confidence to contact you after so many long and hard years, and this is how you're going to act? Well, if this is really how you're going to treat me, then maybe I was better off never contacting you.
You're exactly right. You should have never bothered. And what's this about needing confidence anyway? Were you afraid I'd be upset with you? Because you were right to be afraid of that outcome.
No, it's just that the only reason I haven't been speaking to you at all for so long is because I never had the confidence to reach back out to you. But you have to trust me when I say that this whole time I've been thinking about you. And this time I finally thought, after sending you the first message, that this would be my chance to meet you again. Why are you giving me the cold shoulder, Shelley? You're supposed to be my daughter.
Do you think by telling me something like that about yourself, you're going to get me to feel moved by it?
What is wrong with you? You are seriously being way too rude to your own mother.
Are you sure that I'm the one being rude to you? I wasn't the one that left her 5-year-old daughter and husband while in major debt and never coming back even after a decade had passed. Now, you can stop trying to talk with me. I'm totally okay with you just leaving me alone now.
I want the two of us to become family again and rekindle what we had so long ago.
Rekindle what we had? You do realize we aren't a couple or anything, right?
When I tried getting in touch with your father, he never bothered to even respond to me. I was being so kind and everything to him when saying that I'd love to be back in the same home with him. But he never sent me a reply or even read my message to him.
I'm sure in his case he didn't want to read what you'd sent to him and has already blocked your number by now. My dad is a very cutthroat person after all.
I'm getting tired of going on about this, Shelley. Now let me come and live with you again. And please take great care of me as well. So you'd better be willing to pay back the favor.
Thank you so much for giving birth to me. There you go. I just said thank you for your hard work. Can we seriously be done here now?
What the heck is that? Let me come and live with you right now.
Can you please stop trying to force your way back into my life just so that you can have my money? You just asked me to take great care of you. In other words, you only want to be around me for my money, right?
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose so. Well, you already know what I want from you, so I'll be there soon to start living with you again. Please and thank you. And if you don't tell me your address soon, I'll just look it up or something. It's not that hard of a piece of information to find these days.
Huh? You really think it's a great idea to take things that far?
And if I have to pay someone to find you for me, I'll make sure you pay me for that fee when I arrive.
I've had enough of this, Brenda. Stop trying to act like things will turn out your way after trying all of that with me. What right do you even think you still have to be saying things like that to me? Seriously? You are nothing to me now besides a complete stranger. And even strangers know not to say things like that.
I am your mother, and that's why I'm talking to you this way. As far as I can tell, the man you've married seems to have the kind of money to help his mother-in-law get back on her feet and live a happy and fun life. So you can see now there's no other option besides letting me come live with you, right? You happened to land yourself a CEO for a husband? That's pretty dang amazing, considering how ugly you are. But I'm going to rekindle the love we had back in the day, so let me come and live with you in that house of yours right now.
Well, if you really want to talk about who my mother is, then you can talk with her about it, since she's sitting right next to me.
Huh?
Are you going to shut the hell up now after realizing that you aren't my mom anymore? Right now I'm living with my mom, and she is most definitely not someone like you. So what the actual frick are you going on about by saying you're my mom and everything?
Your mom? That woman is anything but your mom, Shelley. I'm not sure whether your dad got remarried or something else to force a woman like that into your life, but the only mother you have right now is me. So you treat me like your mother again and let me come live there with you.
No way.
Huh?
After you ran away and left us with your debt, Dad was able to find another woman to marry who took us both in as her own. And to me, she is my real mother, not you. I am thankful that you went through the hardship of giving birth to me, but besides that, you mean nothing more to me than any other stranger. Actually, I take that back. You mean less to me than most strangers.
And what do you mean she's with you right now? Are you actually letting her live with you?
I already told you that we're living in the same house together, but I guess you didn't bother reading that. She just moved in with us last week, and from here on out, she'll be staying with us forever. However, it doesn't really feel that way since my husband was able to build her own sub-house on the property. So really, she's living with us, but in a separate building. It's just nice having her live close to us, though, so that we know she's safe and can reach out to us whenever she needs anything. The whole family is all living together now, and all happy about it.
Is it really necessary for you to be so cold to your own mother? What the hell do you think you're saying to me?
What's wrong? Why are you getting so upset with me now after hearing something like that? Aren't you supposed to be all happy to see that I'm doing well? Or perhaps you're upset because you can't be here with all of us.
Stop saying things like that. I have every right to be upset about something like this. And I'm sure anyone else in my shoes would be as well. I'm supposed to be your mother, but you keep talking about that other woman as though she's your mom.
Really? I've told you multiple times now that you are not my mother and never will be, right? You haven't even seen me for the past 20 years now. So who the hell are you even? That's what I feel like asking you because I seriously have no clue about who you are or why you think it's okay to be talking to me like this. I bet if we met, I still wouldn't even be able to identify who you are.
Why do you keep talking more and more like that to me? I haven't even done anything wrong, yet you want to get the law involved?
Recently, you've been sending him a lot of emails threatening him, right?
What? Threatening him? All I've been doing recently is try and get a hold of him after 20 years have passed.
Just know that if you do anything more to us after today, my dad is going to have to act and make sure you never are seen by us again. There is literally nothing else you can do now, so just stop already. You're the idiot that decided to throw away your family 2 decades ago, so you have to live with that choice now. I don't care about the life you have to live now, but it has nothing to do with us here. Now go find somewhere else to rot away, because it won't be around us, you dying dog. After that, the desperate and anxious Brenda looked frantically for Shelley's house, and when she found it, she started to make her way over there. However, when she arrived at the gated community, she was met by security, who took her into their office. And while stuck with security, the police were called and came in to fill out a report on her. She may have left my dad with a lot of debt back when she ran away from us, but it seems as though she had even more debt now after 20 years of being on the road. And it's entirely safe to say that her life is over with now. From now on, she'll no longer be able to bother Shelley and her family, as a restraining order has been placed on her. And as for all that debt she still has, the bank-in-law will be handling that part. And I have to say, when it comes to a crazy idiot like her, it's probably the best option having the law take her away. When it comes down to her, I really am thankful that she gave birth to me. But every second after my birth, I have to say that I've hated her and will never forget what she did to my dad and I.
Hey, Amelia, I finished work. I'm gonna head home pretty soon. Is there anything ready to eat?
Okay, great. Yeah, dinner is already cooked and ready. Are you going to eat as soon as you come home?
No. I guess I'll have a bath and clean up first. Could you fill it up for me so it's ready when I get there?
No problem, I can do that. By the way, about our trip, were you able to get the days off that you wanted?
Yeah, I did. No problems on that front, at all. I mean, I did have to push it a little bit to the boss, but at the end of the day, time off is time off. I can't say no to everything.
Oh, that's good to hear. Lisa has been looking forward to it for so long as well. She would have been so upset if we had to cancel the trip.
It is her first trip with us after all. We haven't had the chance to go all the three of us together.
Everything just got so busy after she was born. There simply hasn't been the chance for us to get away. She is just dying to go. I'm also excited to go on a trip for the first time in so long. I'm glad you were able to get those days off.
My parents are excited too. Looks like Mom has picked all the places she wants to go to while we're away too.
I'm really grateful to your parents. I mean, they are footing the majority of the bill this time. I don't think we would have been able to afford this trip if we had paid for the entire thing alone.
Me neither. They're really helping us out big time here. Make sure you say thanks properly.
Of course I will. But why are you acting like it's only me that needs to?
Well, I am their son after all, so it's fine. Plus, the house we're living in right now is technically theirs too.
I know that. You don't need to tell me. That's why we're getting them a present. Which was my idea, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Present already?
No, not yet. We still have enough time before the trip. The day before we leave is the best time. Besides, you said you would come with me to buy it.
Really? I said that?
Yes. Lisa's going to the movie with her friend's family that day, too, so we don't have to worry about one of us staying home to look after her. We talked about this before.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Sorry, I completely forgotten about it.
Come on, Tyler. You can't be forgetting important things like this. I won't know what's a good present or not if I go by myself. I need you to help me choose. You know them better than I do, after all.
Okay, I got it. I wake up in time, let's go together.
What do you mean, if? You made a promise, so keep your end of it.
It's not that I don't want to go with you, but I have to drive and pick my parents up the following day. So if possible, I'd like to relax a bit the day before.
Okay, fine. But I'm going to send you some pictures, so at least tell me what you think, okay?
Okay, got it. I can do that, no problem. The train's about to arrive at the station.
Okay. Be careful on your way home. Lisa and I are waiting for you.
Amelia, so is all I need to bring a change of clothes for Lisa? Or is there something else I need to bring?
Thanks, Tyler. But could you also bring a change of clothes for me too?
For you too? Are you planning on staying the night there too?
Yeah, I've decided to. I'm worried about how she was going to be on our first day in the hospital. I asked the doctor, and he said he was fine for me to stay. Lisa would be worried all on her own here too.
Okay, I see. Then I'll bring clothes for the two of you.
Thanks.
But man, did I get a shock. Getting that phone call out of nowhere telling me that Lisa got hit by a car? I didn't know what to think.
They say she ran out onto the street while she was with her friends in the park. She was with some older kids and their mom too. It seems like the mom was a bit careless and wasn't watching them properly. I wish I'd gone with her that day.
But at least she didn't have any serious injuries, even if she is in the hospital.
Yeah, you're right. Luckily, the driver of the car was able to hit the brakes in time. She does have cuts and bumps, but thankfully no broken bones. She also only has to stay in the hospital for a few tests, just to be sure.
And everything is all fine. There's no point thinking about what's happened already. It can't be changed.
I know that. But even so, it's hard not to think about what would have happened if I had gone with her. She might not be in the situation at all. Aren't you worried about her at all?
Of course I am. But like I said, the accident happened and you can't change anything by grumbling about it. And since she didn't get hurt too badly, she can still come on the trip with us, right?
What? There's no way she can.
Why not?
Even though her injuries aren't that serious, she still needs some tests to make sure everything is okay. I just told you that.
But isn't she gonna get let out tomorrow?
No, they want her to stay for almost a week. And not just that, she's still only a little kid. She needs to rest after something like this happens. She might even have some kind of trauma from this. Going on a trip is completely out of the question.
Oh, I didn't realize she would be there for that long. I guess it can't be helped then. Well, then the two of you hold down the fort. I guess it's just my parents and me then.
What? Tyler, hold on a sec. You can't seriously be circumstances.
Why not? Everything is booked and paid for already. It would be a complete waste if the entire trip got cancelled. So those who are able should still go.
It's better just to cancel.
But we paid a lot for this trip. It's too much of a waste. Plus, my parents have been looking forward to the trip. I'd feel bad if they also couldn't go because of us.
This isn't about that. And if anything, you should feel bad for Lisa, not your parents. She was super excited for the trip, and now she can't go because she was hit by a car. And on top of all of that, now you want to leave her behind and go on the trip anyway? Poor Lisa. Imagine how she would feel if she heard that.
It's not like we're leaving her behind. She just can't go because she's in the hospital. Lisa is old enough to understand this at this point.
She's still in elementary school. There's no way she could understand why she's being left behind.
There's no way we're missing this.
Why are you being like this? We can always just take the trip another time, and your parents will understand that this is a serious situation.
But why waste this opportunity? I had to take time off of work for this too, remember? Anyway, I don't need your permission. I'm going no matter what you say.
Are you really being serious about this?
Of course. That's how it's gonna be. I'll still bring you at least your clothes though, so don't worry about that. Did you end up buying a present for my parents?
Yeah, I did. I left it at home.
Okay, then I'll give it to them for you. Look after yourself and Lisa while we're gone. We finally arrived! There was lots of traffic on the way. I guess lots of people are heading up this way for the summer. The drive really took it out of me.
You actually went? Your daughter is in the hospital after being hit by a car, and you went on a holiday? I was still thinking that you were making some bad joke.
Of course I went. I told you I was going. So, how is Lisa? Is she doing well?
How can you even ask me that so casually? You left her in the hospital and went on holiday. You'll regret this later.
What's that all about? It's natural for me to care about my own daughter. Don't come at me like that. So, how is she? Is everything okay?
Well, it still only just happened the other day, so she's still afraid. But everything seems fine with her physical health. The doctors ran some scans to make sure she didn't hit her head and get a concussion or anything. But it looks like we're in the clear.
That's good news. I would have felt bad if that weren't the case.
What do you mean by feel bad?
I was finally able to go on vacation, but I wouldn't do myself if Lisa was in a bad state. But now that she's fine, I can relax and enjoy the trip.
You're saying that for real too, aren't you?
Why would I be joking? And honestly, what's been up with you recently?
With me?
Yeah, you have some sort of weird attitude. If you have something to say, then say it outright. Stop beating around the bush.
There's nothing in particular. I just realized what kind of person you are. That's all.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Stop being so vague and just spit it out. Your words make no sense. Just be clear with me, okay?
Thanks for the advice. But don't worry. I'm just in a bad mood right now. I think I'll be fine the next time we see each other.
Why are you in a bad mood? Is it because you couldn't come on the trip? It couldn't be helped though, right? That's just how things happened to work out this time round.
Yeah, you're right. It couldn't be helped. So you understand then, don't you?
What am I supposed to understand? I just told you to stop being so vague.
It doesn't mean anything particularly deep.
What are you on about? Well, whatever. The others are waiting for me. I'll talk to you later.
Hold on a second.
What is it? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Are you really okay with what you said earlier? You won't regret it later?
Yeah, I won't regret it. Is that what you wanted to hear? Is that what you wanted to hear?
Yeah, that's fine, thanks.
I really don't get what you're talking about, though. Anyway, look after Lisa and say hi to her for me. Make sure to have enough fun for the two of us.
Right, have as much fun as you can. It is your last trip after all.
My last trip? I don't see why that would be the case. Next time, we'll all go together. I was supposed to come back yesterday, but we extended the trip by a day.
It's fine. I guess it must have been a really good trip if you wanted to stay even longer.
I wouldn't really say that, it's just that my parents were basically begging to stay for just one more night. They offered to pay for it as well, so what could I really do?
Is that why you stayed longer? Didn't you have fun yourself?
Of course I did, but Lisa is still in the hospital. I was worried about you guys, I really was.
Really? But you were still able to have fun, right? So, that's all good then.
I guess so. I hadn't been on a trip with my parents for a long time, so it was pretty enjoyable. Oh yeah, I brought you guys some presents.
Really? Thanks. I'm sure Lisa will be happy too.
It was the least I could do. By the way, it looks like you're in a better mood now.
You can tell? Yeah, I guess my mood has improved a lot.
I thought so. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. You seemed really off on the first day that I left. I was really hoping you wouldn't still be like that when I came back. Did something good happen?
Yeah, actually, it did. With Lisa getting into the accident, it really seemed like nothing good would happen after that. But something good finally happened too. It really made me feel much better.
Wow, that much? So what happened then? I'll tell you about the trip later. So, tell me about what happened while I was away.
Sure. So, you see, I decided to file for divorce.
Wait, what? Who's getting divorced?
You and me are.
What are you talking about? You're joking, right? Why would we get divorced?
Nope, it's not a joke. Plus, I talked to your parents, and they decided to let me and Lisa have the house. So you need to pack your things and get out by the end of the day. Although, there isn't really anything of yours left to pack.
I really don't understand what you're talking about. My parents let you have the house? None of my things are there anymore? None of that makes any sense.
It means exactly what it sounds like. It isn't too complicated. I messaged your parents the day you all left and asked them for some favors.
What favors? Do you mean getting the house? Why would you do that?
Well, you know, if I had to move after the divorce, then Lisa would probably have to change schools based on the district. And she just started making friends at her school, so it would be sad to have to move her elsewhere, right?
That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking why I'm getting kicked out of the house all of a sudden. And on top of that, what is all this talk of divorce?
You can ask your parents why you need to move out.
I need to ask them. Why don't you just tell me?
You didn't tell them anything about what happened to Lisa, did you? You told them that Lisa and I couldn't go because Lisa caught a cold and I needed to stay behind to look after her.
I want them to worry too much and not be able to enjoy the trip, so I decided not to tell them about the accident.
I don't care about that. Once they found out the real reason, they were pretty angry about it.
How angry?
They wanted to cancel the trip and come back straight away. But I needed time to prepare to move out with Lisa, so I asked them to hold off for a bit and keep you there. And not only did they do that for me, but they also told me that I could have the house and just get rid of all of your things instead of moving.
Wait, is that why they insisted on staying an extra night?
Yep. It was just to buy me some time to get things sorted. Thanks to them, I had enough time to get the divorce papers in order and move all of your things from the house and put them outside. They really helped me out.
Wait a second, Amelia. I get that I might be in the wrong this time, but can we stop this talk of divorce and leaving the house?
Why?
Won't this all leave a bad taste in your mouth? I mean, Elisa might see it as her fault that we're getting divorced. Since it's kind of caused by her accident, you don't want her to blame yourself, do you? So, let's just think it over.
What could leave a worse taste in my mouth after that? The divorce is entirely your fault. Don't try and make it sound as though Lisa caused this.
That's not what I meant. But not only that, Elisa was only in the first grade. It wouldn't be good for her if we got a divorce. She's too young.
You don't really have the right to be talking about what's good for our daughter after prioritizing a holiday over her. How many times did I ask you if you were sure you wouldn't regret what you were doing? And you said that you wouldn't.
I didn't know what you were talking about when you said that.
But you still said you wouldn't regret anything, so you should accept any outcome in that case. I think you paid a plenty high price in exchange for a short vacation. Afterwards, Tyler and I got divorced as I wanted. We were also able to settle on a good alimony so that I could look after Lisa on my own. Although I told my in-laws that I couldn't just accept the house for nothing and would pay them back for it in installments, they refused. They said that not only have they had a very high opinion of me up until now, but they also felt some sense of guilt because of what their son did and wanted to help me in any way they could. I did try to fight them on it and said that it was too much, but they reminded me that it wasn't just for me, it was also for Lisa. I would do anything to make sure that Lisa has the best upbringing she can, so I finally agreed. The only condition that they had was for me to create a home where Lisa didn't feel that she was being raised by only one parent. Of course, I would have done that regardless. I'm sure there will be many difficulties ahead, but for Lisa's sake and to repay the kindness my in-laws have shown me, I will work as hard as I can to make the best home possible for my daughter.